Hillary experienced not the best period in her life. Her little son was often sick, so she could not get a permanent job. The growing business of her husband required more investment than it brought profit. The lack of money made itself felt. Hillary and her husband often quarreled and were nervous and irritable. That day, Hillary's son woke up with a fever and pointed to his ear. They had to go to the doctor. There was an emergency at the hospital. Hillary filled out a questionnaire and took an endless queue. The baby was whimpering, acting up like other children, and there was a hum in the lobby of the hospital. Hillary restrained herself with the last of her strength so as not to break loose on the medical staff and other mothers. And then she saw her. A girl came out of the doctor's office. Hillary paid attention to her because she was carrying a boy of 6 or 7 years old in her arms. The baby was big enough against the background of a fragile girl, and it was clear how hard it was for her. She carried him to an ordinary baby carriage, which was small for such an adult boy. Hillary recognized the girl as Margaret, a good friend of hers from high school, but now she did not look like the first beauty in the class. Hillary came over and said hello. Margaret shrugged and forced a smile. They started talking, and Hillary admitted that she did not immediately recognize her. "Yes, it's a little different from the life we all expect after graduation," Margaret sighed. "I got married almost immediately after school. My husband seemed to be the best person in the world. Then John was born to us." She patted her son on the head and continued. "The doctors diagnosed cerebral palsy, and life went downhill. My husband could not accept the child. He denied that he was his son because he himself is healthy and strong. He left. He left with all of our savings. He doesn't pay alimony, and my insurance doesn't cover treatment. I don't even have money for a normal wheelchair. Cheap ones are too heavy for me, and I can't go anywhere without them. I have to work 2 jobs, constantly asking employers for time off to get to the next appointment with the doctor or physiotherapy. That's why I look like this. Thanks to my parents, they're doing everything they can for me and their grandson, but time is taking its toll. I hope I answered your question. Where did pretty Margaret disappear to?" They said goodbye. Margaret wheeled the stroller to the exit, and Hillary was invited to the doctor's office. The baby had otitis media. The doctor prescribed treatment. Hillary was returning home with her son when she had an epiphany. What seemed like a curse of fate in the morning against the background of Margaret's problems looked like a slightly burnt donut. That same evening, she contacted all her friends at school through social networks. She told Margaret's story and no one was left out. They created a foundation that helped Margaret get back on her feet and give a good result in the treatment of her son. And Hillary and her husband took a different look at life circumstances. It was a positive attitude and faith in each other that gave the result, and life got better. Never take difficulties as a sentence. As long as we are alive, we always have a choice, either to give up or to prove to ourselves and the world that we can do anything. Appreciate life. Believe in yourself.